Top 5 Long-Range Rifle Scopes. 1. Vortex Optics Viper HST. This scope has several variations and, as such, the price will change with options, etc. The SFF scope makes use of a 44mm objective lens, and has a power range from 40-16. This glass is designed for tactical application as well as for target and hunting requirements. I regard this scope as an upper-end entry-level glass sight, which will perform well to the 1,000-yard mark on targets if required. I own several Vortex scopes and have a real feel for them in terms of performance. The scope uses the Vortex XR lens coating system, which transmits light well even under low light shooting conditions. It has a zero-stop system, so the shooter can click up for elevation and come back down to a perfect zero once again after the shot. This Viper makes use of a sight focus knob, which gives control over parallax issues that can plague a long-range shooter. Built of a one-piece aluminum tube construction, the scope is watertight, fog-proof, and designed to take a pounding. I have had no issues with my scopes in this area whatsoever. 2. ADE Advanced Optics. This optic retains a 1/4 click turret that retains a total of 140 MOA adjustment graduations. Built on a 35mm tube, the scope allows a turret click selection that offers an increase in elevation that is much required when adjusting the scope sights for ultra-long-range shots. The locking windage and elevation turrets make getting back to zero after running elevation up or making bullet wind drift changes a snap. The scope has been well thought out and is a lower-end copy of the very high-end long-range optics used by both professional shooters and the American, British, Canadian, and Australian military. This scope could be considered a good start when checking out the world of long-range shooting while not getting tied up in a house payment or two when buying a first-time scope sight. Equipped with mounting rings and sunshade, the scope is sold as a complete package. My friends who have used this also provided me with good comments. I started my quest for the ultimate long-range optic about 60 years ago and bought a very low-end optic that lasted a solid 20 years before it bit the dust. As a single FFP10X tube, it served me well on military-converted A3-0330-06 Springfields of the day. 3. Vortex Optics Viper PST Gen 2. Vortex Optics is fast becoming a major big league player in the long-range rifle scope business. I own several of these tubes, and I can say that the scopes measure up to a high quality. The Viper is the scope sight that got the company rolling towards some major industry and buyer recognition within the past few years. This scope as a second-generation optic is a class act all around. It retains quality tactical features that make it a professional shooter's choice. These include 3-14x44 SFP optics, which means the crosshairs and mil dot etched into the reticle will increase in size as the power settings on the scope are changed. The second focal plane is often preferred by longer-range shooters because of this feature. Shooters can dial their turrets for bullet drop and wind drift. The scope makes use of laser-etched turrets, adjustable parallax, and the RZR zero-stop system when returning to the correct base zero after advancing for windage or elevation. 4. Athlon Optics Argos BTR. If you're in the market for an entry-level long-range scope, this could be the direction you may want to turn. This Athlon scope is full of features found on much higher-priced scopes, but as to quality, you can expect there to be some reduction here in terms of glass quality and parts used in the system. Save for all that speculation, the scope is a package seemingly worth the price. I have budget scopes in my selection cabinet that are not only priced low, but have been with me for many years, seeing all kinds of service both in the field and on the range. Being in the first focal plane, this scope returns a what you see is what you get image, and the subtensions will expand right along with the power settings. This is a sniper-style scope feature, and very nice for sighting a longer range target and wanting the crosshairs to match the power setting. The main tube is a 30mm housing, and is built as a single unit from aircraft aluminum-grade metal. No seams or leaking edges to worry about here. The reticle is an etched glass system, which is often found with high-priced scopes. This was a major surprise to me, given the low scope MSRP tagged price over the counter. 5. Night Force NXS. The Night Force NXS, the best long-range scope, is capable of elevation adjustments to 0.250 clicks. The manufacturer builds these scopes to be used for sniper work as well as in the civilian marketplace by long-range mountain-to-mountain big game hunters. I call this optic Nightforce's beast, as it retains many pro-level features. This high-power scope makes use of a 56mm objective lens and provides maximum clarity and resolution that is required of a long-distance optic. Anything less won't get the job done, and it is hard to learn that lesson when you're sighting downrange at 1,000 yards, and everything goes fuzzy on the edges. Because I shoot many different ultra-long-range optics, and after writing 3 books on the subject, I can say that among the best of the best, Nightforce fits right into a very selected group of optical systems, and it retains a full lifetime warranty as well. Click links in this video description for price and more details. Thanks for watching.